to the American political process?
You're here. To the American political process.
It's diversity and dysfunction.
Well, which is what leads me to the question. What's wrong with it right now?
Too many people in government in Washington are more loyal to their labels, Democrat, Republican, liberal, conservative, than they are to the best interests of the country, and therefore they're not willing to work together to try to get some problem solved and achieve some goals.
Does it concern you at all that the leading Republican candidate for president at this moment is someone who says, I'm going to build a wall and make Mexico pay for it? You worry about that?
He's a major protest vote against a dysfunctional Washington that is not delivered for the American people. If you were to ask people on Capitol Hill what the strategy is for the United States, what the big transcendent goals are, I think you get 1,000 different answers.
When you ran on your own, you were every Republican's favorite Democrat, you were every Democrat's favorite Republican. They didn't work out too well. Doesn't what the experience that you had in the presidential campaign tell us that this no-label things can't work?
Well, it means to me that we're never constant in any one direction, that what we see today, which is a narrowing of the philosophical worldview of my party, is bound to open up again. It has to. If the Republican Party is going to survive beyond 2016, it has to be larger, more inclusive, more optimistic.
We're here in New Hampshire because New Hampshire does have this extra factor that 40% of the voters are undeclared, unaffiliated, or I'd say independent. We want to marshal that group to say to every presidential candidate, Republican or Democrat who comes through here, don't just tell us what you're going to do, tell us how you're going to do it.
Talk a little bit about the pressures on men and women running for president to adhere to the party line. You know, John McCain, after the 2000 campaign, offered a confession of sorts and said, I'm kind of embarrassed to say that when the issue of the Confederate flag in South Carolina came up, I told them what they wanted to hear.
I broke my promise to always tell the truth.
Did you do that in your campaign? Did you?
I did it once. Fox News debate on the stage when they asked about the 10-to-1 deal.
That's the one that came to mind for me.
And I've forgiven myself since, but I was upset from that moment on that I didn't hold my ground. It was my first major debate, and I raised my hand, and I look back, and that was pandering, and I shouldn't have done it.
Are we in a moment when the two-party system, as we've known it, is breaking apart, or is it simply what we're used to?
To really have a democracy like ours, you've got to preserve trust between those who govern and the people who are governed. And an increasing number of people don't have that today. And I think the best way to stop that is to show that the government can work sensibly and honorably. That's what we want to see happen.
Senator, thanks so much.
Hey, John.
Governor,
thanks.
good luck to you.
Pleasure to be with you.
Hey YouTube fans, I'm Landon Dowdy from CNBC. Thanks so much for checking out our channel. Here you'll find videos packed with all the info that you need to be smarter about your finances. Be sure and subscribe by clicking right here, and click on all the videos around me to see CNBC's original series Young Money, Tech Bet, Kramer's Mad Money, and all the latest from CNBC.